Quality Inspector has introduced a first article inspection report. To have your template be able to use the first article inspection report, we're first going to navigate to the template, and then in the template type, we're going to choose this new option for balloon or bubble. So first article inspection reports require either balloon drawings or bubble drawings to go with them. And you would typically just have that as a template attachment or a record link of some nature there. When the template type is balloon or bubble, there's going to be new fields that show up. So the balloon number or characteristic number, the characteristic designator, and these can be used to reference the specific balloon drawing callouts, as well as the characteristic designator for that specific callout. Depending on how you've configured your fields, some of your fields might even be named the same, and your descriptions might already have the balloon number inside of it. The balloon number does need to be filled in to use the FAIR Form 3, or the First Article Inspection Report, Form 3. Once your template is configured as balloon or bubble, and you've filled in the balloon characteristic designators and the balloon numbers, then on your quality inspection tests, you will have the option in the report section for this first article inspection report. If your report is not configured to have balloon numbers or balloon drawings, then the first article inspection report is not going to be available as an option. The first article inspection report is going to be following the standard convention. So the characteristic number here represents the balloon number or the bubble number from the quality inspection template. The reference location, we're going to notice here, comes in from the first instruction that's configured. So if we navigate back to our template temporarily, and we go to our instructions, we're going to see here there's that first instruction configured on the system. Likewise for breaks, we have first comment and breaks, and these are going to represent the first or the instruction that's going to end up showing inside of that first article inspection report. So for example, if we put in here, there's no work instructions yet, so we could reference drawing location F-3, and top left quadrant 1, we'll say part 3. Upper left. Okay. So let's head back to our existing tests. We'll run that first article inspection 3, and then we can see where that reference location is actually being used for that standard section 6 in article inspection 3. The characteristic designator is coming from the template itself. So we had major, minor, nothing, and then critical. And this is coming from the template itself, the major, minor, and critical. The results section is split into the measured value. So in the case of numbers, you'll see the actual numbered values, and it's also going to be putting in the resulting grade. So in this case here, there's a pass or fail grade, and I've got the value still here in progress. For the designed qualification and tooling, this is going to use the tools that have been recorded and designed on the template itself. So as an example, for the gear shift check, we can see in the tools here that I've got the caliper with a identification number of 001, and I've also got a generic gauge just called height gauge. On the template, if we were to take a look at that and how it's configured, we simply have that the caliper is configured to be used, and the height gauge is also configured to be used. And we're going to notice how the description is being used for the report itself. All right, so in this scenario, I've got two tools that are used. In the scenario of a first article inspection report, Form 3, it's going to be more typical that there would be one tool that is used. However, if you do have multiple tools used, they're going to be separated by a comma in this section, just how we see here. If you do have tool identification numbers being used or recorded, then that'll be showing up in parentheses. Alternatively, you can also just configure the required tools if you know ahead of time specific serial numbers to use or very specific tools to use. You can also configure that in the Quality Inspector available tools and then configure that on the template. In my scenario, I've just got a generic caliper configured, and when I'm recording the results, at that point that I'm recording the specific tool identification number that I'm using. In this example down here, I don't have a tool identification number, so it's simply just showing the description of the gauge itself. The nonconformance number is going to refer to any test that you've created from that specific test line where the test and the test line match. So if we created another quality inspection test and configured it in our source configuration to match, then we would see the nonconformance number here. If you're recording nonconformance numbers from another system, then you would probably need to customize the report to track the field or look up the value for your other nonconformance number. The section 14 comments and additional details. This comes from the notes that are recorded on the quality inspection test itself. So we can see here that we've got gear shift seems high. And if we were to go back and analyze the report, we're going to see here that we have this gear shift seems high in the notes section as well. If we were to add some more details on here, it should be lower. Then we will see that being reflected inside of the report. The prepared by section is going to be filled in only if you're actually using the COA contact number on the quality inspector setup. So if we navigate to our quality inspector setup, right now we have it as blank, but if we choose a person, so let's choose Greg Chapman, and we are to rerun it, then your report is going to look more similar to this. So it'll have the person's name and the other details that you've configured for that person. The part number is simply the source item number that is mapped from your test. The part name is going to be the description from the item card for that part number. Your serial number section, so if you are using serial numbers for your quality inspection tests, it will list it. If you are using lot numbers instead, it will list the lot number. And if you're using both, then it will list both the lot number and serial number. So you should be able to use this report if you're reporting on an item that is either serial tracked or serial and lot tracked or just lot tracked. The report number here is just going to be the quality inspection number itself. So for example, if we see here, the quality inspection test is number 218, and we can see 218 in our quality inspection test.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more great content, and remember to hit that bell icon to stay updated. See you in the next video.